I mean, for me, what makes it easy to say that the Dallas Cowboys are going to face up against the Falcons, the side of the last game of Hall of Fame coach Jimmy Johnson, is the fact that, you're going to suck Tom Brady's balls again. I mean, this team is going to regret not signing Tom Brady. His childhood team, the 49ers. And this team, are they really going to win more games and be the same and be the same exact team as they were last year, uh, a first round exit? Tom Brady's got to be better than what they have going on right now. So the first year without the GOAT, they are gonna have to miss the playoffs. So this is where I do like a Carolina upset. And another year without the playoffs for the Saints. It's like Drew Brees is in the Hall of Fame. He's not surrounded by a system. He's a great quarterback. It's just another year without the playoffs for the Saints. So ultimately, it is not just the Jimmy Johnson tribute, but for me, they gotta make these Hall of Fame quarterbacks look very good. So what we're talking about is Drew Brees another year without playoff football for the Saints, and Tom Brady missing the playoffs the very first year without the GOAT. And just think about the Broncos having great defenses, what have you, but 8 years without playoff football, without Peyton Manning. So they do a really great job at having these teams miss the playoffs when their GOAT quarterbacks leave. So this is begs us the question: are we going to see Seattle in there over the Packers, or is Seattle going to win out and Arizona just means business? They're going to try to get the number 2 spot. So, if Green Bay's in a spot where they need help or what have you, and the Russell Wilson angle too, So, yeah, they missed the playoffs 2 straight years, and the Seahawks are in the playoffs for 2 straight years. But for me, they still haven't won anything without Russell Wilson. No divisional title, no playoff win, even if they do make the playoffs without Russell Wilson. So it's still an average team that hasn't drafted very well. But for me, it just outside of the Jimmy Johnson angle for Dallas going to Atlanta, Georgia, just you have to make these other two guys look very good. Tom Brady of the Bucs and Drew Brees of the Saints. If they're still struggling without them, if they're struggling to make the playoffs without them, they're just making Drew Brees and Tom. If they really have their head up Tom Brady's ass so much, then the Bucs can't make the playoffs without Tom Brady. At least that's just how I look at it. Despite having a Hall of Fame wide receiver and all that in Baker, playing very good, but for me, gotta look Drew Brees and Tom Brady look good. So Falcons in there, another trip to Georgia, Jimmy Johnson's last game in the Super Bowl at the Georgia Dome. It's still Atlanta, Georgia, even though the Georgia Dome no longer exists. Just going there because of Jimmy Johnson. You just got to think about Drew Brees and Tom Brady for a second, that they're going to make these guys look very viable, that these teams are struggling without their Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So for me, Drew Brees still a great quarterback. It ain't just about Tom Brady. The fact that the Saints can't make the playoffs without Drew Brees makes Drew Brees look extra special. And the Bucs win the division the first year after Tom Brady's retirement. It just for me, it just makes it very easy to go with Atlanta.